Good morning, everyone. Let's continue with our social science lesson number 6, human resources, and this is the fifth video. Death rate. The number of deaths in 1 year per thousand persons in a specific area is termed as death rate. The one who takes birth dies too, hence the death rate can never be zero. Still, various researches, medical treatments, medicines, vaccination, control over diseases, new technology, etc., can bring down the death rate. We have seen in the earlier videos also that the medical science has progressed a lot. The medicines, vaccination, all these have been helpful in decreasing the death rate. Control over the diseases. Earlier in the earlier times, the diseases which were considered incurable, as I explained, cancer, tuberculosis, these diseases were, there was no control over such diseases. But now they are curable. Hence, the death rate has gone down. New technology has been implemented in the medical science as well. Next is migration. What is the meaning of migration? When people move from one place to another. I mean, they settle down from one place to another. That is called migration. When people shift from one place to another, it is known as migration. People indulge into a range of activities in order to earn and develop. Range of activities means different activities that adopt to earn and to develop, to progress. Socio-cultural needs also compel people to keep migrating. Socio-cultural needs, that means if you want to socialize, if you want to, stay with your family, if you're staying away, far away from your family, suppose your family is away from your maternal uncle's family, or your father wants to stay with his brother, such kind of things always take place, and such needs compel people, force people to migrate. The rural population is attracted towards the urban areas for better facilities. Rural population, people living in the rural areas which are underdeveloped areas. Such people, they would like to move or shift to such places, such areas which have got better facilities, maybe in education, business, industries, employment, and administration. As we have seen earlier, that people, those who reside in the villages, they mostly they are attracted towards the big cities for better employment, for better education, because industries are there in large numbers, so they get employment. So all these factors are responsible for migration of people. Also for education, we have seen many people, many students, they migrate from one town to another big city so that they can get proper or higher further education. Currently, 62% of the population of Gujarat lives in rural areas and 38% lives in the urban areas. So, understood, rural population is more compared to the urban population in India. Sorry, in Gujarat. Now, here is an activity. Make a list of all those foreign countries where people from your area have settled. Name 5 countries. This you can do on your own. 5 foreign countries you have to name where people from your area have settled. For whatever reason, may it be for education, may it be for business, may it be for employment, anything. Then another question is make a list of all those states from where people have come to Gujarat and settled down. दूसरे स्टेट से इंडिया के दूसरे स्टेट से ऐसे 5 नाम लिखने हैं आपको कौन से स्टेट से लोग आके गुजरात में सेटल हुए हैं. You have not to write the reason for their migration, you have to just name those 5 states. This is page number 46, population composition. The classification of the total population into various categories is called population composition. The categorization, that means the distribution, is done as per male, female, age group, literacy rate, rural or urban areas, religions, linguistic groups, professional groups, etc. Male, female, you understand, right? Age group is also, I have taught you the productive population, qualitative population, and the quantitative population. Literacy rate, how many educated people are there, rural and urban areas, Religions, people following different religions. Linguistic groups, what is linguistic? People speaking different languages. Professional groups, etc. Professional also I've taught you, teachers, doctors, engineers, all these are called professionals. Thorough study of these categories help us to understand the population composition. Age structure. The total population of the nation comprises of three age groups, that is children, adults and senior citizens. Children are up to the age of 14 years, adults 15 to 59 years and senior citizens which are above 59 years. Among the above three groups, maximum and the most important difference is seen in the first and the third group. As per the 2001 census, 35% to 40% of the total population is below 18 years, whereas 7 to 10% is senior citizens, rest are all adults. So we can say the rest are all adults, which is 50% approximately, and that 50% is considered as human resource or qualitative population, which is very helpful for the progress of the nation. So the proportion of, we can see here things to know, the proportion of senior citizens is higher in Japan. And senior citizens, as we have learnt earlier, they are the category which are dependent on the adults. As the children are also dependent on their parents, the senior citizens, sometimes the parents are also dependent on their children when the children grow in the age of adulthood. Let us continue with these facts. Area wise, India stands 7th in the world. List the first 6 countries bigger than India in terms of area. These answers you can write in your fair book. Census for which birds and animals has been conducted in Gujarat? Why Uttar Pradesh is densely populated? While explaining you this population of Uttar Pradesh, densely populated, some certain factors were shown in the textbook, or you can also refer the reason for the places which are densely populated. Why Sikkim is sparsely populated, I taught you just now. Observe the family with the highest number of members and the least number of members in your society. List out the comforts and the discomforts faced by these families. You can either do that survey on your own or you can refer the videos. I have already taught you that. Next is sex ratio. That means the ratio of male and female, gender. Sex ratio can be defined as the number of females per 1000 males. The sex ratio has been reducing consistently since 1951. Sex ratio as per the census 2011 in India. The states are given here per 1000 males. 940 in Gujarat. Number of females per 1000 males, मतलब 918 females हैं तो 1000 males हैं. You can see Kerala has got more number of females compared to males, मतलब 1000 males हैं तो 1084 females हैं. Understood? Now here see Amreli, the number of females fell from 987 to 964 per 1000 men. Number of females fell from 955 to 952 per 1000 men in Junagadh, and females fell in Bhavnagar from 937 to 931, and Rajkot from 930 to 924. So these are the figures per 1000 males. अगर 1000 males हैं तो females कितनी? According to this table, the least number of females in India is in UP. Means we can understand that in Uttar Pradesh, still those superstitious or blind beliefs are there. So females are not allowed to survive. वहां पे फीमेल्स बहुत कम हैं और ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता कि वहां पे बॉर्न ही कम होती है. अंडरस्टैंड? In Kutch, the number of females has reduced from 942 to 907, which is Kutch is a district, whereas Uttar Pradesh, it's a state. So no comparison can be done. Understood? The Gujarat government launched Beti Bachao Save the Girl Child campaign to stop female feticide. What is the meaning of female feticide? In the womb itself, if in the sonography it is detected that there is a girl child, तो forcibly उसका abortion करवा दिया जाता था पहले, but अभी वो stop कर दिया गया है and Save the Girl Child and Beti Bachao campaigns have taken a rise, taken the first step. Next topic is literacy. The development of any country depends on the literacy rate of that country. Literacy is the important criteria to measure the standard of living of population and its social development. So, any country, whether it is progressing, whether it is a developed nation or developing nation, the development of that country depends on the literacy rate of that country. The more the educated people of the country, the more progress and development will be there in the country. Literacy is the important criteria, it's a very important factor to measure the standard of living of population and its social development. Literacy is also the key to economic development of any nation. Economic development मतलब किसी भी देश का business, industry, etc. कैसे चलेगा? उनके लोगों से. When the people are educated, when the people are literate, obviously हम देख सकते हैं कि ज़्यादा progress होगा. तो अगर किसी भी industry का progress हो रहा है, that means उस country का भी progress हो रहा है. Now, the definition of literacy was fixed at the time of census of 1991. According to it, any individual who is 6 years or above and who can read, write and understand any one language may be considered as literate. The literacy rate in India has been increasing consistently, which is a positive sign. Consistently, gradually हमारे country का literacy rate बढ़ता ही जा रहा है, which is a very good sign. We can see here the table is given in 1901. The total literates were 5.35, जिसमें रेशियो मेल का था 9.83 एंड सिर्फ 0.60% फीमेल्स ही एजुकेटेड थी. एंड व्हेन वी सी इन 1951, दैट इज आफ्टर 50 years, टोटल लिटरेसी रेट कितना था? 16.67, जिसमें से 24%, 24.95% मेल्स थे, 7.93% फीमेल्स थी. ओके, देन आफ्टर 50 years if we see 2001, the total is 64.83%. Out of them, 75% of males were educated, literate, and 53. So when you compare the females from here, from the first line itself, 1901 से लेके 1951, 50 years में हमने देखा कि फीमेल्स कितनी ज़्यादा लिटरेट हो रही हैं. इन द सेम वे 2001 में हम देखें तो और भी ज़्यादा फीमेल्स लिटरेट हो रही हैं. इन 2011, which was the last census, 74% बढ़ गया लिटरेसी रेशियो एंड 82 उसमें से हम गिन सकते हैं कि मेल परसेंटेज था, 65% were females. So we can see that gradually the literacy rate has been increasing and the ratio of females, literate females also has been increasing. See here, if we see in our Indian subcontinent, literacy per 100 people, अगर 100 लोग literate हैं, पर 100 people 74% है एंड मेल्स उसमें से 82 हैं, तो फीमेल्स भी पीछे नहीं है, 65 परसेंटेज पे है। उसमें से सबसे ज़्यादा लिटरेसी रेशियो इज इन केरला। See, out of 193 people, 93.91 people percentage are educated. उसमें से 96% मेल्स हैं and 91% फीमेल हैं. And we can see that Bihar में, in the state of Bihar, the literacy ratio is very poor compared to other states. It is only 63%. 100 लोगों में से सिर्फ 63.82 people are educated, out of which 73 are males, 73 percentage, and 53 percentage only females are educated. Understood this much? After the criteria for literacy rate has been fixed in 1991, if we think about the population above 6 years and calculate the literacy rate, it has shown an upward graph. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.